We've been around you for about a year. But I don't feel like we know enough.
So what do you want to know?
What makes you tick? There's so much more to Phaedra that I would love to know. What did you tell the boys happened between them, you and the dad?
They read. They know.
Did I tell you I ran into your ex? I said, oh, so you and Phaedra gonna get back together?
Yeah, help a lot.
She gives us maybe one chapter in a book of about 50.
I'm a very calm person.
But something has to piss you off, Phaedra.
But what? Toya's a messy bitch, honestly, but I think she do tell the truth sometimes.
So what's your moment?
Girl, I'm not having this conversation. Everybody feel like Phaedra's fake as but Toya's the only bitch that's gonna call out. Maybe she is the smarter one.
This group of ladies,
We accolades. So I don't know if Toya's nosy and messy or she just needs something to do. I have great conversations with numerous people in this group.
okay.
Calling you lack of substance.
Ooh,
Lack of
God,
substance?
That was too far.
It looks like Jackie has taken on the full persona of cowgirl. Toya better leave her alone tonight.
You know you're not gonna let that down until you apologize.
I'm so sorry,
No,
Toya.
yeah,
I
that was
apologize.
Look at wrongdoings that you committed and then take responsibility for what you did.
Would you please tell this girl that she hurt your feelings?
She owes me an apology. I think that she disrespected me countless times.
You know what? I apologize for the things that I said because I do have remorse. Because never would I want to hurt someone. However, I hope that you have the same remorse for the things that you said as well.
But we know that your husband has cheated on you.
Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 8 recap. Did Heavenly and Sweet Tea squash their beef? You've heard of the fashion show with no fashion. Well, this week's Married to Medicine gave us a baby shower with no baby. We can thank Toya and her brand new Hermes bag. The ladies of Married to Medicine were also navigating a fundraiser with no funds. Last week, we saw Dr. Jackie raise $100,000 at the Med Gala, with nearly half of that coming directly out of Phaedra's pocket. In Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 8, Baby Birkin, we learned that there was much more to that story. The Med Gala drama isn't over just yet. What happened on Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 8? After last week's Med Gala, Dr. Jackie busted open the books and realized they were significantly short on their fundraising goal. The math was not adding up. Meanwhile, Toya and Latisha both planned a couple of unusual events, while Dr. Simone got the ball rolling on this year's couples trip. Once again, this cast is headed to Florida. Forensic accounting with Dr. Jackie. When we last saw the ladies of Married to Medicine, they were trying to raise $100,000 by auctioning off cooking lessons with quad O shots with Dr. Jackie, a glass bowl, a date with Phaedra, and a whole bunch of other things that clearly would not add up to 6 figures. Then, Phaedra generously offered to cut a check for over $47,000 to help them meet their fundraising goal. It doesn't take a finance degree to realize that something seemed off about that entire scenario. Sure enough, Episode 8 kicked off with Dr. Jackie crunching the numbers from the event, and the math was indeed not mathing. Remember that guy who said he'd donate $4,000 for a date from Phaedra? He came to his senses the next day and asked for a refund. A mess. The whole situation with the Med Gala has the M2M OG stressed, but in some ways, it seems like a convenient opportunity for the whole cast to roast Phaedra. For example, was it necessary to call Quad, Simone, and Heavenly over to mock Phaedra's fundraising failure? Probably not. Either way, Jackie admitted that she was wrong for asking Phaedra to serve as the Med Gala's co-chair. Next year, she probably won't even land an invite. Welcome to M2M, Dr. Mimi. We briefly met Dr. Mimi at the Med Gala, but this week, Bravo Hard launched her into the franchise. During a dinner with Sweet Tea and Dr. Simone, we got the full rundown on the newest cast member of M2M and her former NFL player husband, Steve Sanders. Then she popped up in every single scene thereafter. Mimi comes to the cast via a connection to Latisha. Just like Dr. Greg, she's a psychiatrist, and everyone agreed that the group could benefit from having another mental health expert in their midst. According to Sweet Tea, she was just happy to have some more millennials in the group. During a dinner with Dr. Simone, Dr. Contessa, Latisha, and their husbands, Dr. Mimi opened up about her family life and her relationship with Steve. They have 2 kids, and for now, they seem pretty normal. Everyone wants her to be a level head in the group. However, Contessa predicted that Mimi would end up getting swept up in the messy drama along with them. We shall see. A couple's trip is on the horizon. During Mimi's introductory dinner, Simone revealed that she's in the process of planning this year's couple's trip. Honestly, it's not a season of M2M until they have the couple's trip. It's a staple. Although they literally just got back from Florida, Simone said she's planning the trip to Key West, and it's a full cast invite. That includes Dr. Mimi. It all sounds fun, but the only catch is that she's letting Heavenly co-host the trip. Immediately, you could see the disgust on Sweet Tea's face. I asked her to help me in hopes that she will take a softer side with everybody so that we don't arrive with a division in place, Simone explained. That explanation didn't go over so well. Contessa and Sweet Tea weren't convinced that this wasn't going to go exactly like the glamping trip earlier this season, with Heavenly saying something inflammatory. At least this time, they'll have their husbands there for support. Love lessons with Latisha. The M2M ladies stay busy. In between dinners and Gala, we learned that Latisha has been running around Atlanta leading seminars to help young women attract older men. Who knew there was a market for this type of coursework? In a confessional, Latisha explained that she has a proven track record of bagging older men, so she wanted to bestow her skills upon the age gap dating community. She made sure to clarify that this isn't the same thing as seeking a sugar daddy. The money is just a bonus. Part of Sweet Tea's efforts included an age gap speed dating event, and she recruited some of the ladies to participate. Phaedra even showed up and dove headfirst into the dates. Everything was going smoothly until Simone showed up with Heavenly in tow. Immediately, Latisha was like, "What is she doing here?" Simone said she thought it would be a good idea to show up unannounced with Sweet Tea's enemy. That way, they could smooth things over ahead of the Key West trip. That's easier said than done. Sure enough, Heavenly and Latisha sat down to talk, and it went left in less than 60 seconds. Ultimately, Heavenly did offer an apology, but it wasn't a real apology. It was one of those non-apologies that we see all of the time on reality TV. It's more like an offer to be peaceful co-workers rather than a genuine apology. Either way, Sweet Tea made it clear that she wasn't on board. Pregnant with a purse. At the beginning of this episode, we heard Toya telling Dr. Eugene how she wanted to have a baby shower for her Birkin, which she named Stormy. Toya was dead serious, and she spent this entire episode planning an actual baby shower for a purse. I'm not shading Toya for being excited about her expensive new purse. Being rich must be quite thrilling. I am, however, raising an eyebrow at the way Toya went about showing it off to her friends. She had everyone convinced that someone was about to announce a new bundle of joy. "I'm so confused, I don't know why we're going to this party," Heavenly said in a confessional. Maybe it's a mixed-up way to say that Quad is pregnant, or maybe Eugene might have had something on the side. You never know. Heavenly is right. You really never know. But when the ladies started rolling in, they were greeted with orange balloons rather than blue and pink. That was the first clue that this had nothing to do with a baby. Still, Toya teased a big announcement, while the rest of the ladies tried to guess what was happening. When Toya finally announced that she brought them all over to see her new purse in a glass case, she was met with some serious eye rolls. She deserved all of them. The more interesting announcement that happened at this baby shower was something that happened off-camera between Heavenly and Sweet Tea. Apparently, there was an after-party for the speed dating event where Heavenly, Dr. Greg, and Sweet Tea had some serious conversations about their ongoing drama. A miracle happened, and they squashed their beef. "I just want to let bygones be bygones. I don't have any hard feelings at all," Heavenly said of her relationship with Sweet Tea. But Contessa is a different situation. Married to Medicine Season 11 premiere recap, welding out at Whitnick. Paging all Married to Medicine fans, we're back to cover a brand new season and dish on all of the juicy drama between the doctors' wives, and everyone in between. In Season 10 of Married to Medicine, we watched Quad slowly get pushed out of the sister circle, only to be replaced by her ex-husband's new wife. When the reunion came around, there was a glimmer of hope that she could be welcomed back into the good graces of the group. However, we learned in the season 11 premiere of M2M that not everyone is on board. Once again, off-camera drama rattled the relationships in the group, but behind the scenes, a few surprising people are trying to patch things together. In Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 1, Guess Who's Coming to Whitnick? We got our first peek at the long, bumpy road ahead. What happened in Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 1? Dr. Simone and her husband planned a Freaknik-themed party to celebrate their 35th college reunion, but a couple of unexpected guests threatened to kill the vibe. Meanwhile, the rest of the women tried to find peace with each other after off-camera drama rattled their friendships. We've got a full breakdown of all of the juicy details. Tensions linger from Season 10. Season 11 kicked off with the Whitmores planning a major party to celebrate their 35th college reunion. Whitnick, who knew that a 35th reunion was something worth celebrating? Although Simone was hyped up about the party, Season 10's drama loomed over her like a dark cloud. She was putting together the guest list when the conversation quickly turned to her feud with Quad. Simone said she wasn't going to be on the invite list. Quad and I left New York in a good place. We were talking, we were communicating, and then comments start flowing on social media, Simone explained in a confessional interview. People say they don't like how I treat Quad, Simone continued. She buys into what these strangers are saying. Meanwhile, Dr. Heavenly went to Quad's house with a bouquet and an apology for Season 10's drama. When they started discussing the feud with Simone, Quad said that she needed Simone to take accountability for what transpired at the reunion. Simone needs to be accountable and say, "You know what? I was dead wrong," Quad explained. The Lunsfords take on the Kimes. Another conflict that is carried over from Season 10 is the rift between Dr. Heavenly and Latisha. Thanks to a bunch of online arguing,